Let's bring in is it Damisch? She is the owner of the Multilingual Detroit Tour Company. Thank you for being with us on the MegaCast. Always great to have you.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So, can we just start out for those that aren't familiar with the Detroit Tour Company? What is it and what do you offer?
Okay, my Detroit downtown tour company called Multilingual, which means I personally speak 6 languages and we can provide tours more than 10 languages. Actually, before the quarantine started, we were booked for entire summer. We're supposed to have people from Germany, England, Italy, and Spain, but unfortunately this has happened. We have visitors coming from all over the world, not only from all over the world, from the United States. We try to show undiscovered beauty of Detroit, which means beautiful buildings, and give advice where to go, and where city of booming of food. We have so many new restaurants, and we usually recommend our visitors to visit this restaurant and support these small businesses.
Okay, I have to ask you, I'm so envious. How did you learn 6 languages?
Actually, I'm originally from Uzbekistan, which is mean it was part of former Soviet Union. I grew up with 2 languages, and then I got married, moved to Germany, and because I speak Uzbek, I'm able to speak Turkish and Uyghur language, the language with minority of China speak it. And because I speak Russian, I can understand a lot of Slavic languages. This is how I learned.
And how did you end up here in Detroit?
My husband was in car industries in 1997 when we were transferred from Munich, Germany to Detroit. I expected Detroit to be like Chicago, New York, and then second day when we visit downtown Detroit, can you believe me? I thought we didn't find the downtown.
Oh,
It was really ghost city, no people, and I cried for 2 weeks and said, "What we're doing here? This is how we will end up." It was really sad. And I said, okay, after a while, when I understood I will stay in this city, I started digging in history and architecture because 1920s, Detroit was booming. And I discovered so many beautiful, interesting things. This is what I decided to start this business and show the beautiful places and tell the wonderful history of Detroit for our visitors.
Dildora Damisch with us. She is the owner of the Multilingual Detroit Tour Company. Dildora, I have to ask, are your tours on foot? Because I feel like Detroit is a gem, and when you actually walk the city, you see so many things that you don't notice if you're in a car.
No, we're walking. It's our tour is downtown walking tour. Actually, it lasts for 3 hours. And during the tour, we visit campus marshals, Hart Plaza. We visited 5, 6 buildings like Guardian buildings, First National buildings, and as you know, it has so many beautiful buildings which actually supposed to be torn down in the last 50 years, and because city didn't have money, we still kept them. And they turn and boutique hotels like old firehouse, Shireen Hotel, Old Metropolitan, Wurlitzer Building, or David Whitney Building. I bring my visitors in this building to show them what happened to this old buildings that's supposed to be turned down. Now they're very beautiful boutique hotels. This is what we do during my visit tours.
So Dildora Damisch with us. She is the owner of the Multilingual Detroit Tour Company. Over the course of the pandemic, a lot tougher to have people congregate, especially in major city areas that have been, in some ways, hotbeds for the virus's spread. How has your company, how have these tours been impacted by that, and how have you been able to maybe work around the circumstances that we're in to continue your business but do so safely?
Okay, what we do? Fortunately, my tour started in June. You cannot imagine how many people coming out of state because all these visitors supposed to go to Europe because they cannot go out and they decided to discover their country. And I have a lot of visitors coming from Florida, California, Chicago, Cleveland, Ohio. Usually, when I start my tour, we're walking outside. You don't necessarily need to cover your face with a mask. As soon we get inside the building, we cover with a mask, and I have a sanitizer with me. But so far, it works good.
I love that you're actually still thriving and still being able to offer some of these tours, because for those that haven't had the chance to get out and explore some of these buildings, the architecture is amazing. The Guardian building, anyone out there, get downtown, go to lunch, and walk into that building. It's absolutely fabulous. What is your favorite gym to talk about? And do you have any hidden secrets about Detroit that you want to share with us?
Okay, there is just so many secrets. Unfortunately, the people from metropolitan Detroit downtown, Detroit town, don't come to see the Detroit downtown. They still have unconsciously the cliche of dangerous and city, but nobody knows. Do you know the organization UNESCO? We're the only city of the United States under the umbrella of UNESCO. Guess why? We have more than 100 buildings which was built in 1920s, and we still have them. Like Book Hotel, like Guardian Building, like Fisher Building, like Folk Theater. I can continue on going on and on and on. There is just so many beautiful buildings. When you have a tour with us, we can show them, we can tell the history, and we can tell about architecture. Have you ever heard about Albert Kahn? Albert Kahn is a wonderful architecture, who started working with Henry Ford. But nobody knew that Albert Kahn, 1926, signed contract with Stalin and built 571 factories in Russia. When I tell about him, I always tell my visitors the Jewish guy from Detroit helped Russian to defeat Nazis because he was the one he created in the entire industrialization of Soviet Union. I can tell so many interesting stories related to Detroit like this.
That's what makes the tours so fascinating, when they can get a tour guide such as yourself, because it's not just walking around and looking at the buildings, it's the stories behind it. Are you able to get enough other people interested to be tour guides with your organization that share your passion for these stories and these buildings?
Yes, actually, before the quarantine, I started training people. It's you have to love this city like I do. I just finished my book. I wrote a book about my life, and one of the chapter about the Detroit. Last year, when I did tour for the people from Department of State, I worked together with them, and one person from Department of State says, "How comes the woman from Uzbekistan providing such a kind of tour?" So maybe I used to live in my previous life in Detroit. Every time when I come to the Detroit, I really have this positive energy. I even cannot explain it. I have feeling, I have love, I have passion to this city. And someone who want to do tour or want to work with me, it has to have this passion and love to downtown of Detroit.
I will say I worked in the city for many, many years. In Detroit, you do become passionate and you want to be a champion for the people and for the city and to see it survive. You've been all over the world, though. And so when you say, I love Detroit, I'm passionate about Detroit, come take one of my tours, do some people think you're a little bit crazy?
No, because when the people come, they say, okay, from California, I had last week the 6 people, the entire family, and they said, friends told you, where are you going to Detroit? It's so dangerous, and people always tell me, and they're so nicely surprised how safe it is, how clean it is. There hardly the homeless people. I'm talking about downtown. And then after my tour, after we visited all these boutique hotels, Guardian and Fisher building, they said they're really, really surprised. They didn't expect this. Yeah, they say I'm too optimistic, I'm too positive, but when they take a tour, they see themselves what happened to Detroit in the last 5 years. We have so many beautiful buildings, updated, renovated, and turned in boutique hotels, and we have so many new restaurants. I really will ask people, come to Detroit, support these businesses, support these new restaurants. You will amaze in how the foods are delicious, healthy, and really young chef can beautifully present their food.
Dildora Damisch with us. She is the owner of the Multilingual Detroit Tour Company, joining us today on the Oakland County Megacast. Dildora, just a few more minutes with you on today's show, about 10 minutes to the top of the hour here today on our broadcast. Right now, what would you say are 3 places in Detroit that maybe people don't visit very often, or aren't the key places that people go when they want to go downtown, but are really interesting or really fun, or there's something there for everybody?
Okay, Campus Martius. Why you don't come with your family on Sunday? There's a park restaurant in Campus Martius. Have a brunch, and then go in Hart Plaza. Take a walk Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening on Riverfront. Yes, come and see the beauty of Guardian Building. We have Detroit Institute of Art. It's actually the second visited place for the tourists in Detroit because of Diego Rivera's murals. My favorite place is Heidelberg Project. If you guys didn't heard about it, it's located next to Eastern Market. It exists for 36 years. When you go to Heidelberg Project, you will discover an beautiful, unusual piece of art on the street. Eastern Market. Go on Saturday to Eastern Market. Do you know the Eastern Market, the biggest farmers market in the United States? Usually Saturday, we have 45,000 people visiting there, except you can see more than 200 murals painted from artists all over the world. This is what you can do. And the restaurants, I can continue going on and on and on.
I'd be interested to know, are you seeing more people from Metro Detroit coming to take a tour with you? People from this area that maybe didn't ever go downtown to explore it the way that you have to offer them?
Unfortunately, I have to say no.
Still a lot of out-of-towners, huh?
This year, I had only one family from Troy. Majority, 99% of my visitors were people out of state. I don't know why the people from metropolitan Detroit area don't go to Detroit. Please come. Usually go to New York, Chicago, to other cities, to discover something nice. Come to Detroit. You will discover, you will see, You can find everything what you're looking for. We have so many gourmet restaurants. Have you been at Hotel Foundation Apparatus Room? We have 2 Michelin star chef, Tom Lance. Come and taste his food. Go to Magnet Restaurant, Omero. We have so many good restaurants. Please come and discover your neighborhood.
Dildora Damisch with us. She's the owner of the Multilingual Detroit Tour Company. Dildora, I have to ask, do you actually live in the city of Detroit?
Oh, no, I live in Farmington Hills. Actually, I was planning to move before the, quarantine. I was looking for the place. And I thought it would be a good idea, at least spend the weekend there, and I'm planning to move. As soon as everything and COVID will be over, I will start to look to the place, and I definitely want to move there.
But what's beautiful is that you still do live in the suburbs, but yet you have this passion and this love for the city. So that doesn't end when you cross 8 Mile, I would imagine. Quickly, if someone wants to take a tour, how do they find out more information? How often do you host these tours, and what's the cost?
I'm a trip advisory #1 tour company in Detroit. My tour called Undiscovered Beauty of Detroit. Or you can personally contact me by the phone or visit our Detroit Town Tour website. Usually we provide tour for 3 hours and cost is $89. And I'm offering actually tour every day at 10 a.m. and 2 a.m.
Give us one other little tidbit that people would learn. Basically, I'm saying, give us a teaser. What will people learn on your tour that they couldn't read out of a book?
Detroit is booming right now, or Civic was coming back in the last 5 years. To see really the city is came back, you have to take the tour with you because we're visiting, a lot of boutique hotels, which probably you wouldn't know without taking the tour. By visiting boutique hotels, you will see old building, the tour in this beautiful boutique hotel, like old firehouse, metropolitan building, or royalty building. Probably you wouldn't have any ideas to go there and to see this.
Hey, do you have any haunted tours coming up? Because they say the Whitney is haunted.
Haunted? What do you mean haunted?
Yes, the Whitney is the beautiful restaurant downtown.
No. There's just two different things. I'm not talking about Whitney. There is a David Whitney building.
Yes.
It's a beautiful building in new classicism style. It's just turned to the Element Hotel, but you can go there and see the beauty of architecture, which was created in 1920s.
So maybe one of your things for October is you can look into if any of these places are haunted by ghosts and then add that to your tour. It might be just a fun little side tour for you to be able to offer there.
Oh, I will do. I am very creative. I always create something. Before the quarantine, I started my Detroit gourmet tour, which included 5 new restaurants. And then I'm going to start this tour too. We visit new restaurants. We talk to the chefs. It will be nice.
I love your passion for the city. Thank you so much for being on with us and sharing all your knowledge and all your passion. And I hope things continue to pick up for you. And for all of those here in Metro Detroit, take the time out to take one of your tours and explore our own backyard. You're going to discover new things. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend.